Join me as today on Walk Through Texas History, we do something a little different. We're going to tour the Houston Fire Museum at Fire Station number 7. Join me as we go inside. Before we go inside, I wanted to show you this historical marker. It talks about when the building was established. 1899 was actually inactive till 1968. So this building's pretty old. I wanted to go inside and look at it. Now here in the museum, here's a look at the building. Fire Station number 2 in 1928. I think this is great. It gives you a good example. Houston's fire service, the 4th largest in the United States. Shows you when it began. Kind of gives you a little more idea for it. Pretty awesome. Right next to it is this awesome piece of machinery. Let's get a little back and we'll get a better view of it. Tight quarters, but you get a good view. A little thing behind it talks about the volunteer age, hand-drawn hoses and bucket brigades and whatnots. It's pretty cool. This pumper station is really cool. Right behind it, it's a little larger unit. It's all beautiful units here in the museum. There's great uniforms on top of them as well. I'll get a better look around the front in a minute. Here's that other uniform I didn't get a good look at. Here's a handcart fire roll right next to it. Talks about the paid fire brigade. Here's some talks about the fires they've had in Houston during different times. The 5th Ward fire. The Stowers Furniture Company fire. Hard to read, I know the glare is a little hard. And then the Middleville firefighters in 1912. Gives you some facts here at that time. Right next to it, talks about the watch office. This little area under the stairs got a little bunk room here. I guess the person assigned to answering the phones. To make the calls, set here. Here's some uniforms. Wanted to see those. Very cool. Here's the front view of that. pretty awesome, that fire uniform there. Go take a look around a little bit more. There's the front of an old fire truck. And then around the side, they've got a bunch more plaques, kind of gives you more dates and whatnot, different chiefs and famous firefighters, and then all the patches. They've got their patches, and they got people that brought patches. For children's birthdays, they have this little area. I thought it was really cool. Little fire helmets for them all. And they got the front end of a fire station. A fire truck. I thought that was awesome. And little lockers for them. They definitely have birthdays here a lot. Here's the story of fire station number 7. Gives you a little, when it opened, the finest station south of St. Louis. Those are the design features. There's some of the pictures. How modern it was at the time. Look at that. The bunk room. The dorm room, as they called it. And then when it closed, 1969. New fire station number 7 built on Elgin and Austin. Or Elgin and Austin, as other people like to talk it. (1935) fire crew. And then that's probably right around the end of their fire. Their time they finished the station from being used. Let's head on upstairs there. This part of the museum has just been finished. I think it looks absolutely wonderful. We'll go through the displays real quickly. Just want to get an overview of the room. Nearly 100 firefighters lose their lives each year in the U.S. 68 firefighters since 1895 Houston has lost. It's a great display of the fire cans right there. And fire extinguishers. Then the breathing apparatuses for the firefighters. Here's a great plaque. It's actually a banner for all the firefighters lost in the line of duty. HFD. And those last few were because of a fire just a few years ago, and one just recently passed as a result of that fire. Wounds were rendered at that time. There's an old fire like flag and helmet, fire shoes. There's your breathing apparatus, another really old firefighter helmet. Some fire helmets down below. There's still something down there I can't quite see. I think that was from the Southwest End fire in 2013. The one that all those firefighters were lost. Here's a jacket along with the helmet. And I'm sure some people will know what those are. I wanted to show them to you. I thought that was pretty cool. And down below, fire station number 1, organized in 1838, with the fire helmet right beside it. Pretty cool. And there's the original fire pole. Not quite done with this side here, but the main part of the building is done. You can see the brick. Old bells, 1800s. We're going to go through real quickly here. 1890s, gives you an idea of the uniforms. what their lockers may have looked like at the time. There's an axe down there at the bottom. 1900s. Same thing, their uniform. And the hat and magazines down below. 1910s. Uniform went to white. Not much down below. 1920s went to black. 1930s, same thing, either black or blue. Talks about baseball. It's just a good look at the locker room. You can see the lockers that are there. And they've changed them up to each decade for a firefighter. I wanted a video of that. That's the, if you're an HFD firefighter or retired, you can sign the wall. There's actually a retired firefighter here getting ready to sign the wall. Well, that'll do it today, folks, for Walk Through Texas History. I hope you enjoyed it, and I like the tour of the museum. It's a small museum, but it's got a lot of really cool artifacts. I encourage you to come by. It's on Milam Street, just outside of downtown. Until next time, have a good one, and be sure to like and subscribe and follow me on Facebook.